Yeah. Awesome. Hello everybody, and we are starting with SIG. I welcome you all on behalf of Java community to Java SIG. We had last SIG in November 2012, and this is kind of after a quarter we are meeting, and it's good to see all you guys, and hope we have a good SIG and a good year ahead. I've circulated a few things that we plan to do in upcoming SIGs. This SIG is about Code Mash, and before we start on the SIG, I would like to know that who all know about Code Mash, and is there anybody who doesn't know about Code Mash and haven't heard of the name Code Mash ever? Okay. Okay. Oh, come on, you guys. Okay. So Code Mash is okay. I see Paul's hands getting up, so but that's okay. I'll still share what is Code Mash, and I can put up a slide for you. So, and our presenters, Gabby, Harry, Jeff, and John. John and Jeff are from .NET practice, and Gabby and Harry, as we all know, at Java community, and they've been doing presentations for us since past 2 years. We started with 6. So these guys will be presenting, and they'll be talking more about Code Mash. But just to give an overview, Code Mash is an event. It's an open event where we educate on technologies, the latest trends that are coming up in all the technologies like Java, .NET, Python, and there's so many technologies, and they do presentation for like 3 to 4 days. And ICC is one of the sponsors for Code Mash event, and it's a great event to be part of. And we feel proud in presenting, like Harry presented last year, and we feel proud of being part of Code Mash. I'll ask my presenters to be here so that we can talk more about what they did in Code Mash event, like how many presentations they attended, and what is that they learned from Code Mash, and how would they rate their experience, their overall experience. So please, Gabby, Harry, Jeff, and John, you can be here and we can talk about Code Mash more. You want to go in this order, that order, or anybody would want to start?
Oh, what do you want us to answer?
Okay, you can go ahead. And so I have an agenda item listed down there, and I did share it with you in the mail if you want to refer those. And actually, these guys have that mail, so if you want to refer to the mail, that I have. So.
So we just want to each go down the line and answer one of these at a time, or?
And anything else. So this is from me, Ms. Naik. I've never been to Code Mash, so I don't know what happens there, but this is from me and from people who have not been to Code Mash. If you want to include anything else that you think is worth sharing with us, you should add that as well.
So TJ, a high-level question, like for any of you guys, what got you guys interested in Code Mash? Attending Code Mash requires a commitment. Going down there for like 2 or 3 days, attending all these sessions. So what's the motivation behind it? Plus, as I can see, all of you are also known names out there in the community who speak at events and stuff. So what's special about Code Mash? What got you interested? And something along those lines.
I'll take a crack at that. My name is John Carter. First of all, I got invited a few years ago, actually, when Code Mash was a bit smaller than it is today. Code Mash sold out in about 30 seconds. 1,200 tickets were gone this past year. And honestly, I didn't know that much going in. But having been there, it is probably the biggest opportunity we have to meet up with some really great minds in software development. They get great keynote speakers, they get great presenters, and it is a wide variety of topics that are out there. It's all volunteers, first of all, who put it together. So if you're looking at who makes the money, I think maybe the Kalahari Hotel, I don't know. But it's all volunteers, and you can tell it is a labor of love for all of them, because they put together a nice variety of applications. You can see we've got .NET and Java people up here, And there are things that I don't hear of unless I go out to Code Match. Things from Ruby to Git to Kiwi, all kinds of things which I can't even remember. And it is that variety, it is the kind of people who are there that keep drawing me back, and me going to my CSM saying, what is it you would like me to do so that I can get the opportunity for Code Match this year?
So I guess I'd like to add on that. I definitely think that, I mean, one of the reasons is, like John, this was my third Code Match that I've gone to. And part of the reasons why I keep going back is for the forward-looking technologies. Java is a fairly, at this point, old and steady language. And there's a lot of new things that are coming out that are a lot more powerful in a number of different ways. And Code Match for me is one of the best places in order to go to talks and sessions on up-and-coming technology, which I find is really helpful for jump-starting the knowledge of that. One of the best examples I have was last year. I primarily focused on Scala as core for the presentations. And, it's just really helpful for learning those new languages, where you otherwise wouldn't have a chance, and you don't really get as much information out of a book as you do with the presentation, and then even more so chatting with the presenter or pairing with someone who knows a lot about those, which you can do with Code Match.
For me, I just went for a break. Just kidding. I'm a very narrow focused on actually the reason I went to Code Match. I know there are a lot of technologies, and it's not very much possible to grasp everything. So I went there from two perspectives. One is from the speaking, and the other one is from the practice point of view. The technologies are evolving very fast nowadays, and we cannot have experience at one place to get hold of the pluses and minuses of those different technologies. So best way to learn like where we are heading and how we can contribute to our practices, listening to others, what their experiences, and another thing is to learn from them what to do and what not. So Code Match is a kind of thing where a lot of great minds meet. They share their experience, they demonstrate the technology, and we can figure out from that out like how much is helpful to us. So from that perspective, I attended quite a few conferences over there. I didn't attend all, but I attended with some parts to grasp whatever I needed to move away and try to attend another conference of my interest. So that was the reason, and I found that Java has evolved a lot. The experience has evolved a lot. People are coming with great new ideas in terms of continuous integration, development practices, testing, and all the other stuff. And that will be very helpful for us from the ICC perspective, on how to use their knowledge and expand it to our lives. And my other area of secondary at this moment interest is I primarily wanted to go for some PPM stuff, but fortunately those people are not very much interested in that. But the second area of my interest was mobile technologies, which is evolving pretty fast. So I presented one session over there on the near-field communications, where you have your phone devices with the near-field communication technologies, where you can do a close scan to some NFC chips and communicate or get the information or communicate with the other device and share the information. So I presented that, got a good response, and I also got an opportunity to run some of the other mobile sessions where we saw people how they actually realized some problems into a solution that is not a very simple solution, but a set of complex business requirements as well as the technologies altogether. So that was a pretty good session. So from my, as I said earlier, my goal was more not just the simple development, but from understanding like where we are today and how we are doing, how the world is doing, what we can learn from them and what we can also at the same time contribute and show our presence over there. Okay, yeah, we exist. We also do some good things, and we are ready to help you out if there are any customers over there, and if they want to reach out to us. At the same time, okay, we want to learn too. So this was my goal going over there.
I was very fortunate this year. As John said, the tickets went very quickly, and I was given the opportunity to go this year. I've gone in years past with my previous employer. The year before, I went down to my friend's desk, and I said, yeah, I'm thinking about maybe registering for Code Match. He's like, yeah, that's not happening. Sold out in 10 minutes that year. So this year, I was very fortunate to have that opportunity. I always look forward to a lot of the extra activities that you don't always think of up front. You always think of presentations at conferences. Of course, the keynotes are always fantastic. But I always like to get in on the open spaces aspect of it. If you're not familiar with that concept, it's a set of self-organizing groups that pick a topic, pick a time, and you show up and just have a conversation about it. And you get to meet other people of like interests. So there's a lot of different mix of information available. You know, you make some good friends there. I always try to have a big radar, is what I call it. You know, knowing what's out there is critical in staying current and relevant in the field. So CodeMash is such a great mix of technologies, a mix of the local region. You know, we pull from the Midwest region, Michigan. There's even some folks from Tennessee, Kentucky, and neighboring states, of course. And people that you don't normally run into. We've got the Columbus crowd, you know, the .NET user group if you're in that segment, or whatever other organizations apply to Java. And it really gets you familiar with who the people are in the community that are very active and are kind of I call them the movers and shakers. That's not to say that they're spectacular. We're all basically, you know, the same kind of person. You know, they're very polished, a lot of them. And sometimes you'll go and you'll watch it talk and you're like, wow, I never want to do that. You know? Bill Wagner, he's a big C# guy from Michigan. I went to a talk about Link probably 4 years ago, and it was all about how to implement iQueryable, if you know anything about that. And the one thing I took away from that is I never want to do this because it's too hard. Now I know enough that I can probably do it. There's just a great range of presentations. Neil Ford was one of the keynoters, you may remember him. His presentation was about the presentations and what not to do. So I got a lot out of that too. So just a wide range. They had a bacon bar on the last day, if you're into bacon. I don't know how John could have forgotten that.
Top of the list.
Yeah.
They did have good vegetarian options too.
Yeah, it's not all carnivorous.
Food was good.
So I'll mention, I have the good fortune of not having the schedule for CodeMash available. So I was left to remember